New tensions between Russia and NATO. Russian President Vladimir Putin warns the Western military alliance is creeping towards Russia's borders.
We
are not advancing our troops to some place far away from our borders towards the NATO countries, but NATO military infrastructure is moving closer to our borders.
The ability of NATO to move missiles, particularly nuclear-tipped missiles, that close to Russia means that the possibility of first strike becomes even greater. And the United States government has never forsaken their so-called right to a first strike. They've never said that they would not use the first strike capacity.
NATO has defended its military build-up near Russian borders as defensive and in line with its international commitments. Russia and NATO are divided over a range of issues, including what Moscow calls the alliance's eastward expansion. NATO also accuses Russia of bullying its neighbors, including the group's members.
I think that it's been very clear that there's a strategy to surround Russia with U.S. and NATO allied military power. That's been going on now for many years. It's clearly based on the U.S. national security doctrine, which calls for not allowing any power to arise that can challenge U.S. power. So this is happening in regard to Russia.
In response to the alliance's military build-up, the Kremlin deployed advanced Iskander missiles to its Kaliningrad enclave on the Baltic Sea within a striking distance of large swaths of Poland, Lithuania, Latvia and Estonia that are all members of NATO. Russia has defended the deployment of the Iskander missiles. It said it has the sovereign right to deploy weapons anywhere within its own borders.
Here in the United States, the media, the mainstream media, presents Russia as the aggressor, which is actually quite ridiculous from an objective point of view. It's not Russian military power that's being extended to surround the United States or any of the NATO allies. It's just the opposite.
The high-precision Iskander missiles deployed in Kaliningrad can be fitted with a conventional or nuclear warhead and have a range of up to 500 kilometers. Philip Breedlove, the former head of the US European Command, recently said NATO is not prepared for a potential war with Russia. He also blamed shrinking defense budgets for weakening the militaries of NATO member states. Russia has steadily beefed up its military over the past years and has modernized its weaponry, including its intercontinental ballistic missiles. But in his latest remarks, Putin said he welcomes any effort to de-escalate tensions with NATO.
As I have already said, we welcome the initiative of the Finnish president to decrease tensions of any sort in the Baltic region, including flights of combat aviation.
The tensions between Moscow and its Western adversaries have pushed bilateral relations to low levels unseen since the end of the Cold War in the early 1990s.